I've just got back from a ride out and I feel it's now time to do a bit more routine maintenance on the drive chain. It's starting to feel a little bit dry through the left foot peg, and I know it's been quite a few hundred miles since it was last done, so I'll show you how I do my maintenance on it. With the bike now up on the ABBA stand, so the back wheel's clear of the ground, if we look carefully in here, you can see there's just signs of surface rust on the roller. Now the plates are clean, no corrosion, but the grease is much reduced and is obviously offering minimal protection lubrication, so it's time for a really good clean. When I do this chain cleaning routine, I always tend to combine it with a washing of the bike afterwards, the amount of rubbish that gets on the back wheel. But just to help minimise that, I've got this old sheeted card, just put in there, help reduce the amount of spray or overspray that's going to find its way onto the tyre. Got this muck off chain cleaner, chain brush, and for getting in properly I like to use an old toothbrush as well. So I'll always start get a bit on there, let it soak in a bit, and also down this side. Find the muck off really effective for degreasing the chain. Once that's on, we'll just start working it, and I am going to go over it again with a degreaser because it does make quite a bit of a gloopiness to itself. So it's already starting to pull this rubbish out. You can probably see starting to wash that out. I'm also going to go down here, probably just out of camera shot, get in there, really get in and clean all this muck out. This is the original chain, which done 13,200 miles. I seem to typically do 700-800 miles between lubes on it, and it does get ridden in all weathers. And I do attribute a lot of that to the quality WD-40 motorcycle chain wax. We're getting right in here now, in these rollers. Or chain cleaner. And you can see now how this is coming up. We've loosened it off. Start to break it down, and now we're effectively washing it off. I'm going to run the toothbrush round. Well, given the amount that's flowed off there, don't think we really need to be overly concerned about it. And the other side you can see it's still loose and coming off there. So next thing we're going to do, I'm going to wash the chain. Got a hose pipe here. Get rid of most of this. Oops. And this is, I tend to combine this with the washing of the bike afterwards. You can imagine all the overflow grease and degreasing that may find its way onto the tyre or possibly down into where the bearings are kept, should I say fitted, not kept. And as you can see, those plates have been very well protected considering it's been nearly 800 miles since they were last done. Get the rest of that out. Rear side is going to need doing, so you'll have to excuse me while I go around here. Try not to soak the camera. And then, take a rag. Let's get as much off as possible. I invested in one of these blow dryers. If you don't have one of these, you can always pinch your wife or your girlfriend's hair dryer. Just leave it on the cool setting. Pretty good. So just give the WD-40 chain wax good shake. Hopefully you can read that clearly from there. Sorry about the sniffs. All winter, not a single sign of a cold. Sun comes out. Right, so and tend to get in close to minimise overspray. Get the cam vertical, better. So as you can probably imagine, this is now running down between these rollers and plates. Then what I do afterwards is get the toothbrush, which is cleaned, or rather should I say a clean toothbrush, and then I'll go along, take the surplus off, get the wax on the other side of the chain as well, protect the plates on the inside of it. Normally I'm sat on the floor doing this, makes it easier, but for the benefit of the camera. So we've got that. Take this toothbrush and collect some of the surplus, and also that's also spreading it over those plates. You won't be able to see this, but I'm going to go rotate the chain. So this is now putting grease on those plates. And I'll also use a little bit of the overspray. Get some on the outside of those rollers. So we've got thin film, some anti-corrosion properties as well. And that, hopefully you can see this, it's now got some on the back. Let's wipe that, and that's nice and clean as well. As you can see, that's all cleaned and greased. In here we got some gunk that I am going to wash that off with a hose pipe separately. Trying to avoid spraying directly on the chain, but you know, these things happen. But the bike is due a wash anyway, so and there we go. Thanks for watching. Gonna get a cuppa now.